guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana and in today's video we're doing a Missguided haul, which I'm really excited about. I like shopping at Missguided sometimes, especially now that I have a bit of a system when I'm shopping there, so it's not as overwhelming as it was before. I bought these items knowing that we're coming up to a transitional season as well, which is one that always flies by me. So there's a combination of wintry pieces, transitional pieces, and honestly, because I got a bit trigger happy, there's some summery pieces in here as well. So if you're going on holiday, I got you. In the spirit of encouraging good shopping habits, I'll talk you through the pieces that I'm going to keep and why. I did throw in a couple of pieces in there that I think are actually on trend at the moment, but they may actually serve you well over time. Okay, so first up we have this puffer jacket. I love the color, of course. It's cute, it's neutral, and I bought this because I just needed a coat that I could throw on a little bit haphazardly that could still look cute but be super warm. So I knew I definitely wanted a puffer, but I didn't want to end up looking like a road man. Is that possible? I don't know, as a woman, road gal. This is working. I really love the color, of course. It's neutral. It's really versatile. I mean, I confess that I already tried this one on when I got a bit desperate for my throw on puffer jacket, and it totally worked with the outfit that I was wearing then. I didn't expect it to work that well with this, and it kind of is. I think the jumper is possibly a little bit too warm in color for this, but this is definitely not an offensive look and I really like this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep this. My only thing is the back is really poofy in not a cute way. It's kind of giving me ducktail pointy vibes. I don't know if you guys can see what I mean, but the back isn't the best, but for the price tag, I'm really not offended by this coat. And you can definitely close it up. I think the only other no for me, or the thing that makes this a little bit annoying, is the collar doesn't really feel like it comes down properly. I don't know if you guys can see, but it keeps pointing outwards and it's a lot of work to keep it down. It's also a little bit crinky. I'm pretty sure I could sort it out by steaming it, I'm hoping, or ironing it flat, but honestly, such a small problem to have with something this cute, this practical, and this affordable. Love it. Next up, we have this chocolatey colored blouse with the most adorable buttons. I have a love-hate relationship with these because I don't know if you can tell, but they're those buttons that have the kind of I'll undo the last one, this loopy thing. I absolutely hate doing them up, but I love the effect that they give outfits, and this is another one that I can already foresee wearing in lots of different outfits, and I already posted a video again with this top, and I was wearing it with another pair of trousers actually from this haul. So this is another item that's not new to me per se, but I love it. It's really well fitted. The sleeves just sit really nicely on my wrists, and it has just a nice overall fit. It's not too complicated, it's not too simple. I definitely did the button up in the wrong place. I love the color. I can see myself wearing this quite casually or quite formally, just depending on how I dress it up. It might be a bit tougher casually unless I throw it on maybe with a pair of jeans. Actually no, it'd be pretty easy. But yeah, again, another easy, versatile win. Next up, we have these faux leather trousers, which I already know that I love because I've actually already worn this look in the last video. So if you saw that video, you would have seen this outfit already. The only thing that I want to mention is this is just a testament to this top's versatility. Of course, that's still both brown bottoms, but it's already worked with two things without me putting a lot of thought into it. So this is definitely a win, and it goes great with these trousers. I love the way they fit, and they're petite, which is a hallelujah moment, because the worst thing that happens with trousers is, well, you can't see that at the moment unless I do a cutaway, but they have this lovely kind of tapered end to them and little slit. It just ends at the perfect place at my ankles. It's not too long, not too short, and they fit great. I got a size 6, and as you can see, we're not gappy anywhere. and that is a big win. And they just look so lovely. I can foresee myself wearing these casually, formally. I work from home the majority of the time, but I would definitely wear this entire outfit to the office, maybe with a pair of trainers just to kind of tone it down a bit because my office is quite casual. Another thing that I wanted to mention about this is that this whole like chocolate color combination is definitely on trend at the moment, but I do think that these pieces again are still going to be wearable over a long period of time, even once the trend dies down, especially if you take away the whole monochrome look. On a lighter top or a white top or whatever, you will still look great in 2023 and beyond. I'm getting a little bit concerned because we are 3 items in and I'm keeping them all. I'm worried that I'm gonna love a lot. Okay guys, so I think we might have arrived at our first return, and I think it's for 2 reasons. If not return, then definitely exchange at the very least, because this is definitely not the right size for me. These are supposed to be neutral high-waisted trousers, and this is the petite size, but I think they're obviously just a little bit too big for me around the waist, so I'm just going to size down if I do decide to exchange them. The second problem is they have this weird orangey hue, which is really not the end of the world, and all it does is that it takes these from being absolutely perfect for me to being okay. I would intend obviously to wear these like on a regular basis, like more like day to day, and I got these to replace these lovely Zara trousers that I have that are just sadly too big for me because Zara don't do petite sizes, or at least not often, and I've fallen in love with those trousers, but obviously they just don't work, so this was my attempt to replace them. It's okay, it's a decent alternative, but it's just not perfect for those 2 reasons that I've already mentioned. So I think this one's going to be a quick decision for me. Definitely return, possibly exchange. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so next up we have these. I love these. These again are another pair of faux leather trousers, but these are ones that I see all the time on the Missguided website. I just never get them, but I noticed that they came in petite, so I was like, you know what, worth a try. We're doing a haul anyway. Sadly, I think we're going to keep them, and the reason why I say sadly is because my poor bank balance. Again, this is one that I think I'm going to end up keeping because I didn't love the idea of like the turn up bottom of the trousers. They just made them look a bit for me, and I don't love that turn up effect. But other than that, they're super comfortable. Of course, they have that horrible cheap faux leather smell, but I can definitely get over it, especially if it goes away with a few washes. But even then, they're nice. They fit nicely around the waist, which is always huge for me. So I foresee myself wearing these again casually and formally. I would definitely throw these on when I'm working from home, which is the thing that I'm spending most of my time doing really. I'm not going anywhere, and these are definitely fit for purpose. They're so soft. The only other thing I have to add is I actually don't think they fit super tight, which is just a nice change from all my other like white bottoms. They're a little bit tighter. I might have been a little bit anti that idea because the model, they fit really tight and nice on the model, but actually now that I'm wearing them, I like the way that they're a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more loose. I think it just makes a nice change to just wearing tight bottoms all the time. Sadly for my wallet, but yay for my wardrobe, these are going in the keep pile. Next up we have this beautiful blue monstrosity. And the reason why I say that is because it's actually really lovely. It makes me feel really pretty and feminine because it's got this square neckline that just brings out, I think, the best in, and would bring out the best in, every woman's collarbone, and it just frames the body really nicely, comes down and fits really well around this area. So this one is a size 4, and I did that intentionally because I did want it to be quite a tight fit, and I don't trust sleeves. But this one's kind of failed in that regard, so that's why I'm calling it a beautiful blue monstrosity, because I generally don't think that this is going to be super like versatile in terms of wear. I'm obviously only going to really be able to wear this when I'm dressing up a little bit more, unless I'm feeling bougie for a town centre visit, especially in summer as well, because again, this is quite a light playful color, so it's definitely not one for the winter. So I'm gonna have to put it away for quite a while, which is kind of turning me off of it. I might be really happy I kept it in summer because it is lovely. It's a little bit trendy, but it's not bad enough that I would again be upset about wearing this in 2023, because stuff like this has been around again in variations for a couple of years now. So for the price point, I really would not mind keeping this. I just in two minds because of the sleeves. They just fall off way too easily, and I mean it would be a lot of work. I would probably have to tape them down with double-sided tape just to make sure that I wasn't walking around holding them like this. This is possibly going to be a maybe, because I really don't think that in life you should have to work too hard to make something look nice. And just going off of that, it looks nice, but it's way too much effort, I think, to walk around wearing this regardless of what the occasion is, and that's just a no-no for me. Clothes should not be like, I'm paying money not to come and work on something by myself at home. The only thing that might tempt me to keep it is honestly how immediately I fell in love with it when I first looked at it, and how interesting it would be as an addition to my wardrobe, because I really don't have a lot of color in terms of like pieces that I reach for regularly as opposed to like occasion wear, and honestly would just love to sit in front of a YouTube video and talk through with this one because it's so pretty. But again, I don't really think that it's super versatile, especially not for day-to-day wear, and it's way too much work to try and keep it on. So I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile, but it's a very conservative maybe, because look at it. Look at it. I might be tempted to work hard for this top because I just think it's so pretty. Let me know what you think. Okay, next we have this top. It is honestly a little bit upsetting because I didn't order this top in this color. When I first got it out of the box, I was so confused as to what this was, because I did order quite a bit, but not enough to forget an item entirely. And I didn't realize, but basically they sent me the pink version of this when I wanted it in white, and it's kind of nice that they did, because I guess now I get to explore like other colors and stuff. But this is just straight up a no. I nearly didn't try it on, and I know I probably didn't style it the best, but there are just too many things wrong with it anyway. I don't necessarily think that this would fit with the rest of my wardrobe. I do like the color actually, surprisingly, because even though it's not super neutral, I like the shade of pink. I think it works really well with my skin tone, but other than that, everything else sucks. It doesn't feel like it's going to be a piece that's going to be easy to style. I put these Bermuda shorts on because I thought, you know what, I'm probably only going to pick this up in the summer, and even then I would probably be running for the hills if this is the only way that I could wear it. It's giving all the wrong things. It's difficult to actually sit it right because I don't know who they tried this on for this to work. It's probably just going to work on other people and not for me. This detail looked cute online, and now I'm looking at it and it just kind of looks cheap. It doesn't really feel that great either. It's not the worst feeling material, but I'm just struggling to find things that I like about it. So very quickly I'm going to decide on putting this one in the bye-bye pile, and maybe somebody else will learn to love it because I can't. This is a no for me. Okay guys, I'm happy again. Next we have this pretty floral mini dress that I just absolutely love. It's really fun and floaty, and I think it's probably going to be one that divides people because it's got this really old-fashioned floral print on it. It's got like a dark background to it, and then it's got like really bright red flowers. Weirdly enough, it's a combination of being super young, fun and playful because it's a cute floral dress, but because of the way that the print is and certainly the way that it's cut, it's a little bit more mature, and for some reason I feel like that embodies my perfect style. To me, it looks a lot more expensive than what it actually was. It feels really nice. It feels, again, expensive, and I couldn't be bothered to do up the sleeve. The fit of it isn't the most flattering, so it's really just like kind of climbing down towards like looking less like a fashion choice and something like your grandma bought you that you just are like, thanks, but no thanks. but I love it. The only thing is, it's got those buttons that I was talking about earlier, which are a little bit of a nightmare. Hope I'm not out of focus, but it's those buttons that have the loop to them, and then this very tiny little skinny button, which is really not the end of the world, but it is a little bit off-putting when you're like, okay, gotta get dressed and we gotta deal with all of these. So I definitely wouldn't undo more than is necessary to get this thing on and off. But outside of that, I think this is a great piece for the season, because especially when we're transitioning, like bright florals are a little bit too summery and you don't want to be in black all the time coming off the back of winter. So this is a really nice transition piece that you could quite easily wear with knee-high boots, flat or heeled, and you could definitely throw a coat on it and still look appropriate for the season. But I will definitely be wearing this into the earlier months of summer because it is quite heavy. It's really nice actually. The heaviness gives it like a much better quality and it feels really nice on the skin, but it isn't one that I think you would really be able to wear on the hotter days if they ever come. But anyway, that's a little bit too far ahead. This is a nice transition autumn spring piece. Okay guys, so this is the next item and I cannot wait to take this off. You might be a little bit confused because there's virtually nothing wrong with this dress. It is everything. And I'm so mad because it's one of the pieces that I bought when I was getting a little bit trigger happy, and sadly I've got zero payoff from that because this is the most uncomfortable dress in the world. I don't know what happened in this area, but whatever they've put inside to make the sleeves voluminous, and so sad because they look amazing, but whatever they've put in there has it's physically digging into my skin and I don't know what to do about it because ouch. But I will indulge you for a second because it is lovely and I'm so sad about it. The sleeves are lovely, the fit is lovely, the color is everything. I would honestly be dying to wear this in the summer, but I won't be able to because it is going right back to Missguided so they can figure out how to fix this. This is so wrong. Like, oh my god. But yeah, I'm really sad because this is one that I honestly would love to wear to brunch in the summer or whatever activity that I'm doing on that day, because it's casual but it's still got some uniqueness to it. I'm just gonna turn around so that you can see it shapes everything really nicely, but it is just too painful to wear. Like, I physically can't move without being scratched and it is not a nice feeling. I would not be able to wear this. I would dread picking this out of my wardrobe even if it looks like this. So I say this with a very heavy heart, but this one is going in the goodbye pile. I can literally hear my wallet screaming, I'm alive again. I'm free, I'm alive. What is this? I honestly feel like recommending this to a prison cell somewhere as a uniform because this is absolutely horrendous and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know whether to judge myself for even finding this on the website and thinking that it would work, or whether to judge whoever created it. In all fairness, it just might not be for me, but I definitely have a couple of issues with it. It is not flattering in the least. I might try and find a belt in a second so that we can try and fix that. But because of where the waistline is, it would be really difficult to put a belt on it without looking very obvious that it wasn't meant to be there in the first place. And these sleeves, I don't know whether if it was just a top on its own, I might be a little bit happy with it because this whole situation is serving zero purpose. It is so unflattering, and I know it's a little bit wrinkled, but I don't even think ironing and a belt could fix this. I'm trying, and I'm trying to understand where my head was at when I got this. I would actually love to know if somebody in the comments likes this, because the longer that I have it on, I'm starting to feel something. I don't know what that something is, but I'm definitely feeling a change somewhere. Part of it might be that, of course, it's a lovely neutral color. It's khaki and it sits nicely on the wrists. It, for the most part, anything that's like nice and fitted will always look nice to me, and that's what this whole area is doing. It's really kind of fitted and structured, which is quite nice. But then I think it just starts to get bad when we get to about here, and I don't really know how to deal with that. So I'm gonna grab a belt and see if we can fix it, but I actually don't have a lot of hope. In an unprecedented event, okay, never mind. I was trying to make a COVID joke. It's not landing, it's not working. Don't worry about it, this didn't happen. In an unexpected event, I actually think I like this. I don't know whether it's because I've just looked at it long enough or whether it's because I've kind of started to understand why it might work or why it wasn't working, but I think I might keep it. It might go in the maybe pile. But once I put the belt on, it kind of reminded me a little bit, and don't hate me if this is the wrong connection to make, but this kind of reminded me of something that Lydia Millen might wear, because she's a lot edgier and a lot more like she wears like a lot of structured pieces, whether that's blazers or dresses, and she'll throw on like biker boots and stuff with it. So that's like that style, and it's kind of like that throwing something edgy on a more feminine piece. So whilst this isn't super feminine in terms of how it looks, it's a dress, and putting the belt on it is a little bit like on the edgy side, like I keep saying. But now that I've done this, I actually think I really like it, because I am trying to diversify my wardrobe a little bit more. This isn't that crazy, but again, as I keep saying, it's edgy, and I don't really think I'm a super edgy person. So I don't know. I think I might actually keep this. I think the deciding factor will be how many outfits I think I might be able to put together with it, because especially because of the color and the length of the sleeves, I could definitely wear this in the transition seasons. I might try throwing a blazer on it and seeing if any of my shoes work with it, but I don't know if I'm going crazy, but this is going in the maybe pile. Tell me what you think. Okay, now on to something that's definitely a bit more up my alley. Fair warning, I had to take the knickknacks off of this one because it is tight. Like, I'm a little bit concerned it's a little bit too tight, especially down the front. It's highlighting one too many areas for me, but it's not awful. I've probably not the worst I've done actually, which is quite sad. But yeah, it's this lovely neutral, as always, bodycon knit dress, and I feel so good in it. It is definitely in my comfort zone. It fits quite nicely. I always have to be a bit mindful of stuff that highlights my double hip, but this isn't super offensive in terms of how it actually looks, and I think overall it makes me and my frame look quite nice. So I would definitely keep this and wear it. I don't know that I could wear it loads and loads. What am I saying? Of course I could wear this loads and loads. I could definitely wear this in our transition months, of course. It could definitely be worn in the dead of winter, because you could put this on with knee-high, thigh-high boots and a massive coat and a scarf and look lovely and chic, but still keep quite warm. It is on the thinner side, but you could definitely layer this up in the winter. Am I going to keep it? I don't know, because I do have a couple of jumper dresses, and once I've got a few of the same item in like a variation of colors or styles, I'm quite happy to just never buy that style again. And I think I'm close enough to having enough jumper dresses in enough styles that I don't know that I really need this, but I'll have to reevaluate and definitely think very hard about it, because this is lovely and the quality feels so good, so good, which is always quite nice, especially when you're shopping at like fast fashion stores. But yeah, I like this, and I'm possibly, most likely, going to keep this one. Oh, and probably can't see it from here, but it's also got a bit of a slit as well, which I think is lovely. Yeah, not a lot to say about this one, because it's an easy win. It is definitely up my alley, and I'm most likely going to keep this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Okay, next up, one that I bought more for practicality than anything else is this lovely neutral, of course, white maxi cardigan. I love it. It's simple, it's exactly what I was looking for, but I have a couple of issues. Possibly not the best to try on with this dress, but this falls off quite easily. And honestly, if we're gonna stick to our shopping principles, which is to never settle for anything less than something that's comfortable, that fits well and is practical and actually looks good, then we're kind of failing in one area, which is fits well. And we've got to ignore the bulges that are under here because that's the sleeves of the dress, but it's really slippy and slidey. You can't see it, but I feel like it might be me being a bit dramatic then, but yeah, it falls off the shoulder basically. I had to work really hard to make that happen, which makes it seem like I'm being crazy, but I promise you, if you put it on, you'll know what I mean. It's just not quite sitting on the shoulder, and it actually has a nice look to it. It has a nice kind of feminine feel around the neck. It's actually the fall of the shoulder right here, because the seam isn't up here, it's not going to make me look boxy or make my shoulders look wider than they are. It actually is a really nice effect when it comes to cardigans and even jumpers, but the issue is it is actually falling off, and it's just not one because of when I want to wear it. I bought this because I already have one very, very similar to this, but the seam of the sleeve is right up here and it just cuts me off in such a bad place. It looks really bulky up here and it's just not a nice fit. So as much as I really love it and see the purpose for it almost every single day when I'm working from home or when I want to go out on like a slightly warmer day, I can't wear it. It just looks awful and it's kind of thick and chunky and it just doesn't sit right. And I kept that one despite not absolutely loving it the first time I opened it, and I feel like I'm in a similar boat because I do love this. I do love how it looks. It eliminates all the other issues I had, but the way that it fits is just annoyingly not right, and I don't want to put something else in my wardrobe that I'm going to be looking for a replacement for. There's plenty of Maxi cardigans out on the market, and as cute as this one is and as urgently as I needed a new one, it can definitely wait. I might have to try and see on a day that I need a cardigan, I might just try and put this on and see how it works. But outside of the annoying things, it's actually really nice, and I do desperately want it to be one that works. But yeah, I can already feel it slipping and I don't need that in my life. Yeah, probably going back. Okay, before you judge me for this next one, I'm going to explain, because yes, I know it seems a little bit off, a little bit too early for dresses like this because it's very clearly a summery dress, but the reason why I did order this was one, because I got a bit trigger happy like I mentioned, but also because bright colors and color blocking like green and pink together or whatever other color combinations is a bit of a thing, and I did want to hop on the trend a little bit because, again, trying to go out of my comfort zone. But this sadly is not working, not because of how it looks, because it's quite a simple maxi dress. There's not a lot to it. It's got some nice tiering here and here. You can't see the bottom of it, but yeah, I can show you. It's got like a nice tiering thing going on at the bottom, which is quite nice, but it's just way too big, and I think it is the wrong kind of color for the trend, if you know what I mean. I think like a bright pink or a bright blue or a green might have been slightly better to kind of put myself into this trend, because I don't know that I've seen this around a lot, but if it is out there, I don't love it. For me, I'm not afraid of color. I can appreciate when something looks nice. This is quite a nice color on my skin, but yeah, I just think this was a bit of a risk and I'm not getting a lot of payoff. It is nice, it's simple, and certainly in the summer I might just pick this up and throw it on a random day because it's so low effort, but it's definitely too early, I think, for like even transitioning. It would just feel so out of place even if I tried to style it a certain way. It's a little bit too far outside of my comfort zone, and it, if nothing else, it just doesn't fit properly, because I think I got the 6 because it was the only one available. I did kind of see this coming because I would have wanted a 4, but you win some, you lose some. This is still quite a nice dress, and if color is your thing and if like maxi summer dresses are your thing, then this one is definitely going to be a win for you, because I do think it's lovely, and looking at myself on the camera, I do wish it fitted so I could be a bit more experimental. This one was like £10, so I don't think it was on sale, but even then I don't think it's going to be around for very long if you were wanting to explore this for summer. So if you love it that much, go right ahead and grab it right now if it's still online. If not, like me, we can just leave it alone. This will be going back in the return pile, but a nice try though, I think. What do you think? Anyway, that's all the items that I bought for this haul, and I hope you found something that you liked. Definitely let me know though about what you think I should have kept or returned. As always though, remember that whatever it is that you decide to do or not do as a result of this video, enjoy yourself, make the most of it, and I will see you guys very soon in one of the videos that's already on my channel or in the next one. Bye!